Let's talk about the Tory Lanez MegTheeStallion case, which seems to have more twists and turns than a mystery novel. So we're going to take a look at some articles that reports on what is going on in this case. We're going to start with this article from the Associated Press. So this article says witnesses on tape says she saw Lanez MegTheeStallion. So the witness that is on tape is Kelsey Harris, MegTheeStallion's ex-best friend for life. So this article says that MegTheeStallion's former close friend and assistant said in a recorded interview played for jurors Friday that she saw rapper Tory Lanez fire a gun at Megan's feet. So this is in direct contradiction to her testimony that she did in the courtroom. The article goes on to say that the interview with prosecutors from September was played at Lanez's Los Angeles assault trial after Kelsey Harris said on the stand Wednesday that she did not see Lanez firing the gun that left her former friend and boss wounded and didn't remember other key details. So she couldn't remember the information while she was on the stand apparently, but I guess they have all this on a recording when she could remember it, allegedly. So on the recording she says he was gun. Harris says on the recording describing seeing Lanez standing beside an SUV in the Hollywood Hills, leaning over the front passenger side door and pointing the gun at the ground near Megan. So it goes on to say that the Canadian rapper Lanez, who is 30 years old, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, has pleaded not guilty to discharging a firearm with gross negligence, assault with semi-automatic firearm, and carrying a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle. So apparently these are the charges and he is pleading not guilty to this. It goes on to say that Harris was one of 4 people in the SUV along with 2 rappers. So the 2 rappers, of course, were Tory Lanez and MegTheeStallion. And the other 2 people in the vehicle were Lanez's bodyguard and the driver. So it says that the 4 were leaving a small gathering at the home of Kylie Jenner when the incident happened on July 12th of 2020. So this incident happened more than 2 years ago. It says that she said Megan and Lanez had gotten into a fight that devolved into insults about each other's careers. So apparently this is what Kelsey said in the interview, that they were insulting each other about their careers. So I guess that they had got so upset with each other that they were insulting each other about their careers, allegedly. It goes on to say that prosecutors had played parts of their interview with Harris during her trial testimony. She was granted immunity in the case, though not for perjury. So she has been granted immunity, but not for perjury. So hopefully she hasn't perjured herself in this incident. So I believe that this recording happened a few years ago, so maybe she just cannot remember everything that went down. You know, it has been 2 years. So it goes on to say that Harris said on the stand that she wasn't truthful about some things in the September interview. So she said that she was not truthful about some of the things. So maybe she was scared at the time. Who knows what was going on at that time. So it goes on to say that after Lanez's lawyer suggested in their cross-examination that Harris had been pressured to make the statement she did, the judge allowed the prosecution to make the rare move of playing the entire 78-minute recording for the jury. So they get to play, they did play the entire 78 minutes of the recorded interview that they had with Kelsey for the jury. And this is all because Tory Lanez's attorney suggested that maybe she would pressured into doing this interview with the prosecution team. So I don't know, maybe that was a bad move on the defense team because now they were able to play the entire 78 minutes to the jury. This article goes on to say that Harris was cordial in the recorded interview in contrast to her evasive, at times combative time on the stand. So they were saying that she was evasive on the stand, but in the interview, she was very cordial. So where was the pressure here? So it goes on to say that in the prosecutor's rally had to prompt her during her account. So they didn't even have to prompt her that much. So where was the pressure? But anyway, it goes on to say that she said on the recording she had been drinking heavily, as others in the car had, and had been getting out of the car when she heard a couple of fired. She then looked up to see Lanez firing more. So it goes on to say that while on the stand, she denied that she herself had fired the gun, but wouldn't say Lanez did. So this is when she was on the stand. So on the recording, she said that Tory Lanez did the shooting, but on the stand, She did not say this. So it goes on to say that when confronted with a text she sent to Megan's manager that read, "Help, Tory 911," Harris said she only assumed Lanez had done the shooting. So I guess when she looks back, she just only assumed that he had did the shooting, and now she's saying that she did not actually see him do the shooting while she's up there on the witness stand. So this is what is going on in the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion trial. Some people are thinking that Kelsey is not being truthful. You know, she wanted to plead the fifth. And why does she not want to tell the entire story? It does look a little bit suspect, but I guess that is her right to plead the fifth. But why does she need to plead the fifth now is the question that everybody wants to know. And it is very interesting that they said that she does not have immunity from committing perjury. Who is she receiving pressure from? Who is she afraid of? What is going on with Kelsey is what the people want to know. So now let's take a look at an article that tells us some things that we might want to know about Kelsey. This article comes from Hollywood Life. It says that Kelsey Harris, 5 things about Megan Thee Stallion's ex-best friend for life, testified in Tory Lanez trial. So what are these things about Kelsey? It says Kelsey is a mom. Aside from her business ventures, Kelsey enjoys showing off her little boy, Draven, 7 months old. He's frequently seen on her Instagram account smiling and modeling adorable outfits. Per Distractify, Kelsey shares her little man, who was born back in May 2022, with Darian D-Boy Smith, an exec at 1501 Certified Entertainment. So according to this article, her baby daddy is an exec at 1501 Certified Entertainment. So isn't that the label that Megan Thee Stallion is signed to, that she is trying to get away from, that she has issues with? So it appears that inadvertently she now has ties to 1501 Certified Entertainment. So maybe is this the reason? Could this be the reason why she doesn't want to testify? But what that doesn't have anything to do with Tory Lanez, right? But anyway, let's see what else is going on with Kelsey. It said, according to Rolling Stone, Megan cut ties with Kelsey because she continued to hang out with Tory after the alleged shooting occurred at a Hollywood party in 2020. Well, not exactly at the party. Wasn't this on the street after the party? But anyway, it goes on to say that Megan Thee Stallion said that, "I'm like Kelsey, as my best friend. Why would you meet up with the person you saw shoot your best friend?" And so Kelsey said, "Megan, y'all wasn't answering my calls. My back was against the wall. I didn't know what to do." And Megan was like, "What the F do you mean your back is against the wall? You're the only person in this situation that would clear this up for me." So she felt like Kelsey was the only person that could clear the situation up for her because, of course, she didn't have faith that the bodyguard of the driver that was a part of Tory's entourage was going to clear this up. So she was dependent on Kelsey, and of course, that did not happen. So it goes on to say that the rapper continued leaving no question as to her feeling on the matter. So Megan said that this girl told me out her mouth, he told me, "Oh, thank you for not saying nothing. Now let me invest in your business. Let me do this. Let me do that." And all I know was from that day on, she never said nothing else about the whole situation online. And this article goes on to say that Tory strongly denies shooting Megan. But Megan said that this is what her best friend for life, or her ex-best friend for life, had told her. So apparently, allegedly, Tory Lanez was investing in her business. So is this the reason that all of a sudden that she doesn't remember seeing Tory Lanez allegedly shoot Megan Thee Stallion? So this is what is going on. These are some things apparently that we need to know about Kelsey. And what about the bodyguard that Kelsey sent those text messages to about help because Tory was shooting Megan, like I said, allegedly, and 911. Now they said the bodyguard didn't show up for the trial and that the bodyguard is missing. So let's take a look at an article that reports on the bodyguard. So this article comes from The Insider. It says that Megan Thee Stallion's former bodyguard is missing and didn't appear for testimony during Tory Lanez trial, her attorney says. So apparently he was scheduled to testify, but he did not appear. So this article says Megan Thee Stallion's former bodyguard is missing after failing to testify on Friday in Tory Lanez trial on criminal shooting charges, her attorney told Insider. So I guess they said that I can confirm that Justin Edison, Megan's bodyguard, was set to testify in court, did not appear, and is now missing. Megan's attorney told Insider. They said that law enforcement is investigating the matter. So it goes on to say that Edison's last post on Instagram is dated December 2. Besides working as a bodyguard, he is certified physical trainer. According to his page, details surrounding when and where he was last seen are not clear. So it is not clear where this bodyguard is, but he did not testify in this case. It seems like his testimony might have helped Megan Thee Stallion. So where are the men that are supposed to be helpful to Megan Thee Stallion? She said that the men in the entertainment industry, they were siding with Tory Lanez. So it seems like the men are not helping Megan Thee Stallion in this situation. But let's take a look at another article that reports on this bodyguard. Because is he actually missing? Or did he just decide not to testify? Is he following the no snitch rule in the black community? So let's take a look at this article from TMZ. It says Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez bodyguard not technically missing. LAPD has an open case. So they don't have an open case. So technically, I guess he's not missing. Nobody has reported him missing. So according to this, it says that LAPD tells TMZ they do not have a missing persons case open for Justin Edison. That doesn't necessarily mean he isn't accounted for at the moment, but his alleged disappearance simply hasn't yet risen to the level of police needing to classify him as such. We've also reached out to the district attorney's office for comment. No word back yet. So according to TMZ, he has not been reported officially missing. So the article goes on to say, the Shade Room, which first broke the news, reports that a separate source familiar with the situation insists Justin's own attorney hasn't heard from him since Thursday and that he apparently has critical information about the case. That much we already knew. So they're saying that he has critical information about this case, such as that text message that was texted to him. Maybe he could shed some light on that, but it's pretty clear what the text message says. But this article goes on to say that, remember, this is the guy that Kelsey Harris, Megan's ex-best friend for life, who was in the car that night, texted almost immediately after the shooting, writing, "Help! Tory shot Meg, 911. Presumably, he could have provided more context to that, including any follow-up conversations he had with either Kelsey or Megan. Now, though, it appears he's nowhere to be found. And it says that with uncertainty over whether Tory's driver, who was also in the car that night, is going to testify. Oh, really? Do we have questions as to whether a Tory Lanez driver is going to testify? Well, according to this article, it goes on to say, in a very hazy narrative laid out by Kelsey herself, Justin could have possibly been crucial to help swing this thing one way or the other, according to this article. But where is he? He was not in the courtroom. So it appears that Megan Thee Stallion cannot depend on her ex-bodyguard to testify in this trial. So anyway, this is what is going on in the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion trial. Like I said, this case has more twists and turns than a mystery novel. Now, it is reported that in an interview, Kelsey did say that Tory Lanez had shot Megan Thee Stallion. Now that she is up there on the stand, she is saying that she did not see him shoot Megan Thee Stallion. So just because she did not see him shoot Megan Thee Stallion, she thought that he shot Megan Thee Stallion. Allegedly, this is mean that, maybe her memory is a little bit fuzzy now. After all, this did happen about 2 years ago. Maybe she has had time to reflect, and maybe, in the heat of the situation, she thought that it was Tory Lanez that did the shooting, but she did not actually see him do the shooting. Could this be? Now, she does not have immunity for perjury, according to the article, but has she perjured herself? Is it that her memory is a little bit hazy after 2 years? Or maybe she has had time to reflect, but at the same time, why does she want to plead the fifth? Why does she need protection? From answering some of the questions as well. So this is what is going on in this case. So let me know what you think about this entire situation. Make sure you leave a comment below. And as always, thank you so very much for stopping by my page. Make sure you like this video. Yes, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel and come back and watch the next video. This is Liz, keeping up with the biz, and I'm out.
It's Liz with the biz. 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 Yo, this is Liz with the biz. It's Liz with the biz, telling it how it is, and she gon' keep it real, cause it is what it is. It is what it is. Yo, this is Liz with the biz.